Hi, PK. How's it going? Is your service manager still working out good? I hope so. Hi, Jenny. Well, I have decided that even though I don't have anything designed yet, that we are going to work on the gingerbread kit again from Softlex because I got lots of stuff still in here. But the thing I really decided I wanted to work on was my little gingerbread lady again. Now, the only thing is with the gingerbread lady, she's pink. Anyway, her bow and her buttons are pink. See? Bow and buttons are pink. And I don't want them pink. So I'm going to see if we can paint that porcelain. I'm not sure we can. It looks like it's glazed over the top of the bow and the buttons. So I'm not sure we'll be able to paint them, but we're going to try. So, because I have all these red beads, especially the ones from these big pretty ones from the strand that I thought would look really cool, cute beside her. So I want to use those. And we can put some of those other little gingerbreads up the strand. So we'll see what we're going to do, but sort of like that. I think that will work. So we have all kinds of people coming on. Good morning, Annalise. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Deborah, Becky, Laverle. So let's turn down and we'll first of all see if we can paint this pink to red and see if that'll work. Like I said, that seems to be the only places on her that's actually glazed is that pink. Figures, right? So we'll turn down and we're going to give it a try. Hey, Rita. So let's do that. I'm going to flip you now. Come on, flip. There we go. And we'll raise just a bit. Oop, too much. I don't know why when I'm doing live, that really raises it really fast. So we have all these goodies here that we haven't used yet, including all 3 of bead strands here. Well, there were 4 because the brown porcelain beads was a strand too. We've got a couple of the gingerbread min left, as well as all of those new ones in the second packet we bought of these little guys. And so we have all kinds of pretty things, these and our big ones here. But first we want to see if we can paint that pink. So I'm going to get out my mat, my silicone mat. I always use this when I'm painting and such so that if I don't want paint and stuff on my mat. So let's get the red pen out here. Ooh, it's almost coming out too fast. Let's see if we can. Now the question is not if it's going to go on, because obviously it is, it's whether it's going to stay on. See, if it was on the regular porcelain, it would stick better. Now the little buttons. Now we'll cap this baby. And we'll see if when she dries, she sticks. But we're going to set her aside right now. let her finish drying, and then we're going to see if we can figure out our bead pattern for up the top. Good morning, Rebecca. So, because I changed her to red, we probably don't want these pinky colored ones, or even maybe the purples. So we will set those aside. And we've got these browns, all these fun things. And I really want to put these big red ones on either side of her if they don't overpower her too much. If they do, then we'll put something smaller and they'll be up a little ways away from her. Still a bit tacky. We want to wait a little bit longer till she dries to put her back down here. We don't want red over all over our mat. But see how much better that is now with that. And those are too close because they'd smack into her arms as well as her head. So we're going to find something smaller to put close to her. But boy, those reds go well together, don't they? So and I'm probably going to find these some bead caps if I can find some larger ones, because these are a little bit, well, these two aren't, this one isn't, but this one is over here. It's a little rough right here on the edge where the red comes in at. So we want something to offset that. Oh, how lovely. I hear one of the cats are barfing. Something to clean up after I get off the live. So we have all these beads, quite a bit of them, all colors. Since we already changed her from pink to red, I think we're going to get rid of the pink pearls in here. We don't really care for that. Where's the other ones? Okay. Now we do have, we have these conforming bead caps. How will they fit on these guys? Squish you down. It won't be bad. I think I will like that all right. Now I just have to find the other two. There's the other one. So these will be on either side of her, down towards the bottom, but not quite there because she needs something beside her. Put these aside. I'm not sure I'm going to use them to so nothing's really close to her head so much. We need a couple of smaller beads. Could use some of the pave, I suppose. Well, she's still a little tacky, but I think she's dry enough we can put her down. So she'll be in here. And now we have to decide what's going to go between her and the, we still have a couple of these little white beads. I think maybe those right beside her. Like so. With a spacer of some kind in there. We also have these little brown ones which could go in there as well. In fact, let's see. Oops, don't touch her wet paint, her slightly wet paint. We also have some of these silver ones left, so maybe we should put, no, we already decided, well, maybe we're going to go with multi-metals. We've got 3 different kinds of metals in here. Maybe we should do that. Well, that disappears into there, so that's not what we want to use there. But I do need something a little smaller as far as spacers go. There's some smaller ones, and little gold ones in here. I'll dump this stuff out. I'm not a fan of these Heishi things. So we'll get a couple of these out, and they'll go between these two. Come on. You're going to be difficult, and you just stuck to her head. Okay. So I think we've got this portion done for the between the little and the big ones here. So then we need to go on to our next step here, and we need to decide if we're going to go with what we're going to go with here. And are we going to fully bead her, or do we want to put some chain there on top of her? So oh, I hadn't thought about that. That is true. They could look as like earmuffs, couldn't they? Though I think we're actually going to put the little brown one and then the spacer, then the white, because the little brown one's a little smaller. We want the beads to come away from her little hands. We don't want her to be biffing into everything. So now we need to put something on the other side of our big ones. And unfortunately, we only have one left of our white and silver striped, so it can go back in the bag. We're not going to use that, obviously. Maybe we want a pave on this side here. Bing, up you go. Add that sparkle that I like so much. And let's see what we've got. Do we have 4 more of these kind of bead caps? If we do, we could put them on either side. Well, maybe we don't want them on either side. It would really make that brown disappear. So, but we'll put the one on one side and put one of the browns here. Now we can also use these colored ones here, or these ones that are in the baggie. Morning, Marcia. And since we're going with all colors of metals, I think I'm going to put this silver one here. And I think we are going to put a couple of these little guys in here somewhere up the line. Maybe right here. I was considering hanging these remaining 2 gingerbread men in here. Down from somewhere in here. If we do that, we're either going to have to bail them, or we could just double jump ring them. I'd do doubles because the first one will pull out some. We need something to hang down a little bit. But if we put these ones here, we may not want those little guys there yet. Maybe we should. I've got red ones in here, but I'm thinking that pop a color, a different color would be pretty right here. So maybe this blue one. Yeah, that's good. And then maybe this little silver guy right here between the gingerbread man and the blue one. Mm-hmm. Got quite a few different kinds of spacers here. So we're not remiss for spacers. Like I said, I'm not sure about these red ones because they're double holed, so we'd have to put wire on either side, beading wire. So that might be cool. Maybe we should try that. And then we'd have to bring it and then bring her back in from the other side, unless we decided to go with chain up around the outer edges. And if we're going to do that, we may want to have a few more beads here. So maybe we'll put one of these little spacers on top of our gingerbread man. And then, oh, how about a yellow one? Squeaky door. You think the chain, Bonnie? I'm thinking maybe 2. Oh, some green. Yeah, we do have the little green cubes we could put in. Maybe maybe another spacer here and put the green cube in. Get my green cube over here like so. I'm not sure I like that there. I think we'll take that back out. And I probably will, I'll put some green in, but where do we want to put it at? Because I didn't care for it where I just put it. Hey, Lois.
Can I ask a quick question?
Uh-huh.
Where's Daddy?
Work?
Oh, he worked today?
Yeah. He's off early, but he worked today.
My next question
Huh?
is, if I give you guys the money, can you look at Jay his protein drinks sometime?
Probably.
Okay. And I have money for you.
Okay. Okay, that was a little offshoot conversation with my daughter. She just got home from work. She's a CNA at the hospital and works the graveyard shift. So let's see. I like that little crystal. Let's get some wire out and we'll just see how we're doing here. And get stringing on it. Obviously, we're not going to put the red one on yet because that's going to hook onto the wire. So we'll just start with this little crystal. Maybe we should, I said I didn't want the green by the yellow, or I'd say we could put that green one maybe here. Well, let's go down the line. You know perfectly well that it's changeable until you crimp it. And I probably will make some changes to it. I got to pay attention to the way your little gingerbread is going on, since we don't want him standing on his head. Now this is probably where I'm going to jump ring the, so I'm actually going to get a jump ring out and put one in here.
There's 265 here.
And then we'll put one of these jump rings on here so that when we get to the point where we want to put our little gingerbread on, we'll have something to hang him onto. So then the pave. And now we're gonna put this big one on here. Now she's got, you know, her hole is relatively large, but I'm not sure whether the cord will go in it or not. We're just gonna check here. If it doesn't, that's fine, because she is, she's the main focal. It won't matter if she slides around a little bit. Oh, it goes in perfect. So cut it right here. This is to fill in her extra large hole so she's not swinging all over, so she doesn't move up and down on the cord. She doesn't have very rough edges, so I'm not worried about that. But I just don't want her moving up and down and getting wiggly. And she's still a bit tacky, but not bad. Come on, baby, you went in. So I tested you, and you went in just fine. So let's do it. There we go. Oh, that's a thought. Switch the blue one to the green and then switch the blue up here. I'll do that on this side and see if we like it. This is just called rubber tubing. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. It comes in a really big package at Hobby Lobby. So we do have these little tiny turquoise blue too, as well as the greens that we could actually maybe go instead of where this blue one is here, put those in there and then move the bigger blue one up here. We'll try that over here on this side and see what we think of it when we get to that point. Over the top. No, go on. Review. A little green square. And I think we'll go for one of these little gold spacers here. Blue. Now, I think it was this silver one here that, yeah, our little gingerbread sat on. Okay, now this little, okay, now what do you think? There's our two sides. I think I do like this one better. Hi, Miss Tacos. Hi, Lois. So I'm thinking I do like this side better, so we will take it apart. Unfortunately, we got to take the whole thing apart. And then if we put our red right here, that would bring the red back up here. I also have some red here in here if I wanted to do those. I don't think we're going to use these boho vocals. We'll put those all back in the package. Oops, don't run away. And we're going to restring to this way of being over here because I like these. This looks really good. I think this is cute over here. And we'll hook these guys into here so they'll hang down a little bit. And trying to decide if we want any more beads or not, or if we're just going to go to chain up the back. We could put a few more beads in if we wanted to. I've got 2 more of these big brown ones we could put on either side up here. Let's see if we'd want the red right beside that one. Maybe not, but let's see. We also have all bunches of all these little other beads here still too, so we have that option of, I don't think we're going to use these guys. And I think 2 of these little guys is plenty, so we don't need the other ones. Looks like we only have 1 of these caps left, which sort of surprises me. But that's all right. If we decide to do the brown one, we don't have to put that cap on. I just like that cap on it. That would look sort of cool turned and coming this direction with its cap on. But no more of those caps. So okay, so what some folks are saying they don't like the red for the top. So if we're not going to use the red for the top, which is fine, we don't have to do that. What I'll want to do then is, because I want to bring some more red in, I have red here in this package. And we'll get a couple of these reds out. I don't think we want these porcelain ones, though I do have 2 yellows, so I could use those. But let's take a few of these out and put them in here. Let's see what we want to do here. We have all kinds of options. I love options. Don't you guys love options? Though sometimes too many options can make for a, what am I going to do with that thing? So, I'm liking them pretty much. These red ovals, they're crystals with 2 holes, 1 hole at top and 1 hole at the bottom. Or are you talking about these guys? These are fire polished with gold on one side and red on the other. And I think we could use them to pull the red up into here more. Or were you talking about these, PK? These are bamboo beads here. This is bamboo. Not that we couldn't use them, it's just that they're wood. And See, they're almost a brown. See if I can get it to focus there. There we go. Is this the one you were talking about? And the other one in here is orange. So that's why I wasn't using those. They're not quite as bright. And I want the brightness into this necklace. It's because it's so whimsical. I want it to be bright. Well, we need to take it back apart anyway, because we're going to switch this to this over here. And I'm going to fit these red in somewhere. Haven't decided yet where yet, but that's all right. And I have these fun conforming bead caps, which would go onto this one all right, I think. Yeah, it would. We also have the large hole yellow if we wanted to spot those into there somewhere. I also have big brown ones, but I don't think I want to use the brown ones. I think they would be too dark. I think they'd be. Oh, or were you talking about these ones, PK? Hey, Donna. So we have these, which we could put up here too. We have the little red ones, or we have the big red ones, because I do want red in here. So all these lovely choices to make. But I am happy with this bottom part here. I'm pretty happy with this, though I do think it needs a pop of color in here. So maybe this little red one would be that pop of color to put up maybe right here above our gingerbread man. Well, let's pull it off and look. Since, hey, this side's easy to pull off without too many changes going on here. So we'll put the red one on. And then the bead cap. Then I think, did we have the yellow or the blue one next? I guess it doesn't really matter. Go with the blue, I think. Maybe. Well, I have to see if I could find another one of these bead caps, though. I usually have quite a few of them around somewhere, but we'll see. Come on, go in there. We more or less decided we don't want to use these red, right? If we were to use one of these, they're large and they'd have to go somewhere where they're not going to be too distracting. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because of these are the oval ones that you thought that these would be a good oval up here. But the difference in color is pretty great. Though, I'm not sure I like the dark red in here, but we have the orange, which might give it a bit of a pop. After all, we're going through all different colors here. Might as well put some orange in too. Big red one instead of the gingerbread guy. You know, I was looking at that. Of course, I won't want this little red one right here if we do that, but we will move it to a different spot. So let's take our little gingerbread guy out and put our red one in here. Come on, you go through. Most of these type are hollow inside, so you have to be straight across. Oh, come on, I should be straight across. There we go. Maybe I should have taken that little silver one off though. Baby, there we go. Alrighty. Then we can maybe the find another bead cap for this guy, and I should be able to because I usually have extras around, but we'll see. Then, like so. Take you back off. We have plenty of these little blue and yellow, so we'll go with the blue and the green. So we'll just make this a pattern right here, between here and here. And if we still want our little gingerbread guy, he could go right here probably, on top of this guy. And then our red. Come here, you. On there. There we go. And yellow. What do we think? Do we like this side? Should we add this blue back up here at the top? We could also add some of these porcelains, but if we put the porcelain in, this yellow one has to come out. It doesn't match real good. Actually, that might work better. Though if we put the porcelain in, we got to put a little rubber tubing in it. But if we do this, then we could do, and the blue, and end here. I sort of like that. So like this side over here is what we're going to go with, I think. I like this. We need to put a little rubber tubing into the little porcelain bead here, but I think that works. We'll get rid of this one because we don't want it. And bring out one of these. And so we've more or less decided we want to put it on some chain. And I'm thinking maybe some chain reaction. Don't know if I want that color though. Though that might just be the best color. Or we could just put regular chain. I do have a nice chunky gold chain. It's not real chunky, but it is heavy enough that I think it would complement it. I like the chain reaction, but I think I'm actually leaning towards the chain. So let's put the chain reaction back. And I'm going to get out a couple of crimp tubes. How big is this hole? Oh, it's big enough, it doesn't have to worry. And it doesn't matter which color we grab because we got all colors in this thing. And I'm going to crimp this one side up, then we'll cut the wire and restring this side so it matches this side, since we're more or less decided this is what we like. And I also have to find another one of these bead caps somewhere, but I'm sure I can. I'll get a couple of crimp tubes out. And we'll just crimp this side up with a little loop for hooking our chain onto. Now this is an option place. You can hook this directly to your chain. Oh, we were going to put the rubber tubing in our porcelain bead. You better do that while I'm thinking of it. Now this works actually in two ways. One, it keeps your bead from flopping around, and two, if it's got any sharp edges on it, it keeps it from doing any naughties to your cord. Not that I'm really worried about it. Okay. Now this bead back on with its rubber tubing. Okay. You know, we could put this little silver bead on here. What do you think? Should we put the little silver bead on here too? See how it looks. Though actually it has a slightly bigger hole, and I think that the crimp might go into it. So we won't do that after all. There he comes. Now I don't want to use all this wire for this, so I'm gonna bring this up because I don't need to destroy that much wire. I don't mind just throwing some wire away, but I don't want to throw 6 or 7 inches away. That's pretty good right there. So we'll get my crimp tube pliers out and we will crimp this guy. Okay. And I'm going to cut this extra off right here. Everybody can roll that way. You guys will get put on in a minute. Now we changed it right. Come here, Burley. Go up here. We're fine till right here, and that's where we took it off at. And I think we have plenty of wire here, so I'm just going to cut the end right here where it's sitting right here. And this is way more than we need, so maybe I should, way definitely more than we need, so we'll cut it right here. Now we need to oops, I forgot I added a lot of stuff. I still have enough though. Okay, so we want to take it off right here and start stringing like we have here. So we have the green, the gold, blue. Where'd I put the boho? There it is. Looks a little wider, but not so much. I'm going to make a problem with it. Little blue. Gold. Green. Now we're right here. And blast, I gotta see about finding, come on everybody, just pop over there. Finding a gold bead cap like this. We also have to decide how long we want this baby to be. She's going to be about 12 when we finish swinging this up, and I want I'm going to cut the chain here. Oh, darn it. And we're going to put the chain on the one side because I'm going to have to find that bead cap, and I might need to take a little time to do that. And if I do, I don't want to hold everybody up for forever. So that's, I said that was 12. It'll be 12. So if I cut 5 inches, that'll be 22. Actually, maybe even a little bit more once I got the clasp on. So five. Cut a second piece for the other side. And we can put the chain back over here so it's out of our way. Now, like I say, I do have to find another bead cap for that. And then we still need this guy, this one, this, our yellow, and his tube is right there. One of these and this. The rest of this stuff can get put away. So it's not in our way anymore. We didn't use these. These guys need put on. Ooh, pile of stuff here. You go over there. So since I'm not sure how long it'll take me to find one of these bead caps, I know I've got them. It's just a matter of finding them. I am going to take our little Tinky Tots, and I'm going to get 2 more out. Oh, actually, that wasn't 2. It was just, those were a different size, weren't they? We're going to hook the chain on this one side, so that side will be done other than clasp. Doesn't matter what color I use of this now, because I've got silver and gold and even a touch of copper all the way through this necklace. So we'll just go through our loop and then go through one of the lengths of chain. Close her off. So this side is finished other than the clasp. Oh, and my gingerbread man. Let's put those on too while we're at it. So he'll go hook right on here to the other jump ring here. And he's two-sided, so it doesn't matter which way you get him on here. So he will hang down like that right there. This chain I got at Hobby Lobby. They have them in these big spools like this. So we can put our other little guy on over here if we want, our little gingerbread man. And I do need to find that bead cap. So it's right at the hour. And I don't know if you guys want to wait while I find a bead cap, or should we just go off and I will finish it off camera. But you can see what it's going to look like right now with the chain up the side and our little gingerbread man hanging right here, and this side finished. But this goes up here. I could put the other gingerbread man on this side because he's going to go right here. Back, let's go ahead and do that. I'm not sure why I don't have another of these bead caps in here, because they usually have an even amount. I must have used it on something else. Come here, you go on. There we go. So there's our little gingerbread, how it's going to look. As soon as I find that bead cap, we'll put the rest of these pieces on, and then I'll put the clasp on and it'll be done. But do we want to just do it off camera later? Okay. I've got people saying off camera works for them. So what we're going to do is you can see what it's going to look like, because this side is what the other side will look like as well. And as soon as I find that bead cap, I will get that one on. So got a mess right here. Of course, I could have dropped it at some point in time, because I'm really good at dropping things. So let's turn up. And we'll talk for just a few moments before we go. So anyway, we'll hold her up and show you what she's going to look like. So I think it's going to be really cute when it's finished. And I think I've made it so it's going to be, it was 22 inches. So bye, Deborah. Merry Christmas. So anyway, as soon as I find another bead cap, we'll put that on, and I'll finish this up, and then I'll put pictures in, I'll put pictures up so everybody can see what it looks like finished. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, folks. It's good seeing everybody. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.